Hey, what's up? Welcome, everybody. Thursday night, college basketball, DFS pre-lock live. For your Fielder's Choice, Pete Cole here with Chris Duffy. What's up, my man?
What's going on, man?
Nothing much. It feels like this is like a continuing or non-continuing grind. It just feels like we don't get a break here.
No, we don't sleep till March.
That's how it feels, or till May. But
Well,
it's good. It's good having calls. I ran MLB with these live streams all last year, like solo, and it just by September I was ready to kill myself. But it's cool having guests on here. So we've been running hot, man. Especially you. We've been running. It's been a good couple weeks. I know these shows have been paying off. We talk all day. We've been researching all day for a couple of sites here I write for. So CB's been good. This is the good time to get hot. We always had that little lull in January, which we went through again this year, but we're rolling again. March Madness is coming up in only a couple weeks. Conference playoffs, so this is a good time to get hot, to get really studying, get a good feel for the game. There's some money to be made next 4 or 5 weeks or so for the national championship. So thanks everybody for joining in. YourFieldersChoice.com. Check us out. It's a free Discord also. We do have premium rooms though. Small sports is our niche. We're rolling, NASCAR, tennis, soccer, especially college sports, and of course NBA is back tonight. NBA is one of our main sports. But if it's a small sport, we cover it. We do a good job. And we said, I think I have NASCAR coming this weekend, right? So, but we're here for college hoops. So thanks everybody for joining in. Please hit the like button and subscribe. We're going to go through every game tonight. It's 10 games, I believe, right? 10 games. Give you our top cash plays, some top GBPs, and we'll give you a core with some prize picks at the end, and we'll get out of here plenty of time. It's nice to have a 7 o'clock lock tonight. I don't like these 6:30 locks. So, you guys any questions? Throw them in the chat, please. Any comments, good or bad? If you can't get into the chat, throw them in our general room, and I'll try to answer them there, or our producer will hit me up if somebody's asking questions. And Chris, let's roll the first game. I'll just take a team, then you take a team, and then if I miss somebody, just throw it in there, and we'll take it from there. All right. So let's go. First game. Maryland, Indiana. So this is a Thursday night. So we always get that little couple of those Big Ten games and the Pac-12 games later on. Maryland's traveling to Indiana. Hoosiers a 6.5 point favorite, even though they've been sucking lately. 135.5 over under. Not the greatest game total here. Maryland's got a real low score. They're implied 64-50. Bad defense. We've been attacking Maryland all year with big men. And there's no reason not to do it again tonight because Indiana's got some real good big men. So first on the – it doesn't matter. You want to start off? Just take a team, and I'll take the other team. It doesn't matter to me.
well, I'll take the fun one then. I got Maryland. So, yeah, I mean, TJD firmly in play. He should be chalk. His price is reasonable. A little bit of a rough game last game, but he's perfectly fine. The tough choice is, we got Race. Race went down a couple $100, I think. He's been around this price. I don't know if he's, just 100 or 200 less than normal, but yeah, he's 200. He's been around this price, but I definitely like Race also. So I think it's viable to play them together, or just choose one of them because it's a really tough night, and Race fits perfectly in nice balanced lineups also. I did look at XJ a little bit. He's been playing really well.
Yes.
He's, sometimes his scoring can be up and down, but I still somewhat like him. I don't know. No, there's some other plays around this price I would rather consider, but if you're doing a game stack, it's possible. But the obvious ones with TJD and Race Thompson. And at the moment, I don't think I'm playing them together, but I'm building lineups with one and not the other. I'm going from there.
Totally agree. And we've been doing it since November. You play Maryland, you play the big man against them. And tonight we got two big men, two good big men. TJD, like I said, is just elite. His price isn't bad though, like I said. But if you can't get to him, Race Thompson, $1,400 cheaper. But I think you want one of them in your lineup. And I do like XJ. I'm an XJ guy, but he's probably more of a GPP play because he's volatile. But his price is down a little bit. Where if you want to put him in cash, I guess you can. But I'm on that price 6.5. So Maryland side, man, this team sucks right now. Honestly, if there's anybody I'm going to look at in this game, hell, man, I think. Wow. I mean, of course, nobody in cash. That's went down. It's just priced to drop a little bit to 7.7. There's not one player here that is even, if anybody, probably Donta Scott at 6,400. He's back now. Cheaper. But they're on the road. So, I mean, I don't know. And then Ayala's back. That's a cheap price. So for Eric Ayala, go I guess $6K. Maybe if he starts. I mean, because I think he's back fully healthy. I think he should be starting. But honestly, no, I'm not looking at anybody here. If anybody, I guess Ayala and Scott. But this is all about Indiana. TJD, Race Thompson, a little bit XJ. Anybody else? There is some injuries here. Rob Finney and Trey Galloway. If they're out, maybe Parker Stewart as a value. Didn't think about that.
No, man, you're missing out on the main man, Wahab. Don't miss on my boy Wahab. Okay?
I sent you his logs about 10 minutes ago.
All right, I'm just messing with you. No, that's all I got.
When we talk about Wahab every game, Wahab's one of Chris's favorite players. But I mean, you can't beat the price of 4.9.
He's not one of my favorite players. Only when he's 3.74K.
And he was around there about 2 weeks ago in the Ohio State game. Michigan State he didn't do bad, but I mean he can't even hit 4x at that $4,900 price. So, but Indiana right now is giving up almost 9 rebounds a game to starting centers. So I don't know. I might consider Wahab much, but at 4.9, I guess you had TVP. So, all right, enough of that. But definitely, we want to look at Indiana, TJD, or Race Thompson in your cash lineup. Not both, but I'd have no problem if you want Race Thompson to save some money over TJD. But TJD is the main price, is the main guy here. He's a stud. He's $600. All right, next game. We got Temple at Memphis. This is a game we want to be looking at. So just get some things out of the way. We got Temple. The game is in Memphis. Memphis 11.5 point favorite. 137.5 over under. Not the greatest over under. Memphis always a good defense. Penny always has decent defensive teams. 57th ranked, 57th nationally. Temple though ranked 76th nationally defense. Most of these teams don't get me too excited, but Memphis is running a decent pace this year. So this game may go faster than we think. I have as a ranked 25th pace in the country. So there may be some DFS goodness. So I guess I'll start with Temple. So I'm a big fan of Damian Dunn and Jeremiah Williams. So Jeremiah Williams is a game time decision, right? It seems like he's been that way for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I haven't seen anything recently that he's out. But I like the Damian Dunn price at $6,400. I think Dunn. One thing. I think Damian Dunn's a stud. I think he's the best player on the team. I like Williams too, but I think it's Dunn's team. Him and Williams are both freshmen. This is gonna be a good team the next couple of years. But Dunn 27% usage, 27% shot rate, 15.5 assist rate. That's where Williams comes in. Williams got a decent assist rate and steal rate. He's top. I think he's like top 50 assist rate, but. If Williams is out, I like Damian Dunn more at $6,400. So he can get to 35, 40 DK points possibly tonight, but probably only GPPs. But I do like the price. Nick Jourdain at 6'2", his price is found. DK has really actually been good at his price. They've actually been jacking his price up as it goes on. Jourdain has got a decent offensive rebound rate, 11%. He's really playing. I mean, he's getting plenty of minutes. If he was still in the mid fives, I would probably have him in my starting lineup. But 6'2" is a little bit high, but Jourdain's in play. And Heiser Miller if Jeremiah Williams is out. So if Jeremiah Williams is out, because tonight value was very tough tonight. So this is one of the worst value slates we've had in, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 days. If Williams is out, which I think he's trending toward being out, we can go toward Heiser Miller at $4,600. Now, the last 3 games, he's played 35 minutes, 34 minutes, and 39 minutes. So we're going to get the minutes out of him. He's given us 26 DK, 14 DK, and 24 DK points. So on a 4 assist average. With the way some of his buyers look like, I have no problem going Heiser Miller if I have to, even in my main lineup for $4,600. But we got to make sure Williams is out. At least at the 7 o'clock game, so we'll get that news. And so for Temple, just Damian Dunn, possibly Heiser Miller. Go to you for Memphis, because we do have some injury news possibly here, right? It's a value.
Yeah. We're seeing if Timberlake can get in the starting lineup. If he is, he's firmly in play. I think he's going to be chalk value if he's in the starting lineup. I think last I heard, him and Timberlake and Noli were both on the court. For warm-ups. One thing about Memphis is they've been playing really well. Now the rotations suck, but their defense has really started locking down the last 5-6 games. Their pace is still good, but I'm not backing off Dunn, but tonight you're going through all your notes. You got to be nitpicky about. We're pretty much nitpicky about everything. So. I still think he's in play. Just to piggyback you there.
Oh, no, not to interrupt you, but okay, Timberlake's on the floor warming up, and so is Lander Dolly.
That's what I was saying. Last I heard there, but everybody, it's all right.
I'm sorry, because I'm looking at some of the Jeremiah Ways news too.
It's all good. But yeah, he. Sometimes I tend to speak fast, but yeah. So I'm really only looking personally at Timberlake because he's 3K value, and I would love if he's starting. So that's all I really got for Memphis. I don't know if there's anybody sticking out to you.
No,
that's it.
If anybody, I always like Jalen Duran because of the blocks and stuff, but you never know with the minutes. It looks like Jeremiah Williams is warming up early too. He's on the court also, so they already go the Heiser Miller. You're right. He went the last game too, right?
Yeah, 2 or 3 games. Yeah, two times, just something like that.
So if Timberlake is starting, I don't think he will, Ali. But if Timberlake is starting, would you put him in your main lineup at 3K? Would you? At 3K, you can get some. You can jump up a little bit with that. You can put the 3K in your lineup.
Yeah, I'm definitely putting him in if he's starting.
And we'll get that before lock, so that's actually some good news there.
That's nice. It's 7 o'clock. Yeah, 7 o'clock game.
All right, so this game pretty much Timberlake could be a main lineup play if he starts at 3K. Anybody else? If Jeremiah Williams back, there goes Heiser Miller play. I still like Damian Dunn, and I like Jeremiah. I would always play Dunn and Williams together, but it'd be GPP. I think they're both studs. They're both stars. That's a nice future for that Temple team. All right, third game. So it's only 2 7 p.m. games. The next game is Georgetown DePaul. We always like playing Georgetown in DFS. So Georgetown is on the DePaul's on the road. I'm thinking the games with DePaul's on the road, 2.5 point favorite. Georgetown is running at the 38th ranked pace in the country. Fast team, horrible defense. It's getting a little bit better, but still a horrible defense. 145 over under. I have that as like the third highest over under the night or the fourth, right? Well, the time of Murray State Belmont. So a good game you want to attack. We always want to attack Georgetown games. Definitely with that pace. All right, let me see. I'll take Georgetown. If you want, you can take DePaul. We should have a problem with that, but
that's fine.
Georgetown, Aminu Mohammed, the guy's a star. I think he's going to be an NBA player. Boomer Busto. We've played him. He's totally burned us. But this is a great game environment for Mohammed. I like the price, $7,400. If I'm making 2 lineups, he's probably in one of those lineups. I'm not sure if he's going to get my main lineup, but Muhammad could be the type of guy that can nuke your slate tonight at that price. So he's 25% usage, 24% shot. I mean, he's got combined rebound 26%, 2.7% steal. I like Muhammad a lot today in this environment, $7,400. Beside that, though, I don't mind Donald Carey, but when I got Muhammad $400 more, I would just go to Muhammad. But Carey's in play, GVPs. Dante Harris, I just think sucks, but going down to then you got Colin Holloway and Caden Rice. I've been looking at Colin Holloway all day at $4,500. I don't know. This is a weird player, man, because with this environment, you get a chance to get a guy at $4,500 that's playing 35 to 40 minutes a game. The last 2 games, he's averaging like 34 minutes, but he's not putting. He only had 11 DK points against Villanova. Mark Kitty had 26 DK, but then before that, he was only putting like 5 or 6 DK points. It's scary to use him, but $4,500, man, when you get great game environment, I think he's in play. Probably not for cash, but I would take a chance on Colin Holloway at $4,500. And then you got Caden Rice. All he does is shoot the ball. But the Caden Rice gets hot, $4,800. He can nuke it also. So the kid puts up 12, 13 3-pointers a game. He may hit 2. If he hits 8 or 9, then the kid's going to rock. But GVP only. So for Georgetown, Muhammad. I love Muhammad tonight. Cash or GVP. Carey, probably GVP Morris, and anybody else GVP plays. A little bit interested in Colin Holloway at $4,500 just because of the price and because of minutes. And that's it for Georgetown. Give me the ball.
Yeah,
Injury news, right?
Yeah, there's some injury news. We're definitely waiting on the David Jones news. It's a good spot for David Jones, but he's coming off injury, so I probably won't consider him. Well, shoot, man. If he started, I mean, I would get him in a GPP or two for sure. He dropped $1,400 dollars, and he's at, it's a smash spot. Saying that, if he's out, another chalk guy's going to be JFL. I mean, his usage is crazy. He's back fully healthy, playing 35 minutes or so. You got to put, Freeman Liberty in there if Jones is out. If Jones is in, JFL's still in a smash spot too. But let's go back. Let's go back to him being out. I think Ongenda's in a smash spot, and Macaulay. So they're all in play. And then Anai, he's another, I think, somewhat chalk value, just because you're looking for value on the slate, trying to nitpick who you want in there. And they just played Seton Hall, and I mean that game was crazy. JFL went off. So to piggyback off you a little bit on Mohammed, he's a great guy to put in on these balanced lines. I think Roden, I'm not saying he's as good as Roden, but Roden dropped 40, 50 points on him last game on DePaul. And, their defense has not been playing the best, especially without David Jones.
Yeah. I got a gut feeling on Muhammad tonight.
Yeah, but on DePaul's side, this is a great game environment. I'd say you want 2 guys from this game, at the least. You could do 2 or 3, but mix in those 4 guys right there, and it should be good.
Opto's been spitting out a bunch of these guys. Got to make a decision on this JFL. Definitely play, like I said. We also have some other studs. Also, we're going to come up to, like TJD. These guys like Chet and Timmy and those guys. But I think JFL's in play definitely as a main play. Agenda, I don't like Agenda, but like you said, his rates are shitty. But it's the game environment. He's cheap, man. I mean, at that price, but. And also, you've been going back and forth on Macaulay too. I kind of like Macaulay because of the minutes. He's really playing well, but I also feel like Macaulay could be a trap. He's playing really well. But how much longer can Macaulay keep this up? Also,
he's a big guard. He's a senior. I think he's all right. I mean, he's fine.
He's played 30 minutes now.
Yeah, there's another guy too, Terry. He's in play. He's a little higher price, but Terry's a good leverage play off some of these other guys. I didn't mention him. Now I do remember Jones. This is when JFL was out. JFL didn't play last game, and Jones, we missed cash by like we didn't have a Joyner or something, I think. But David Jones, he came out and dropped 65 on these guys. So I did not realize he dropped to 7,200 here. I'm not recommending playing him. I'm talking about, one, if you're playing 10, 15 lines, maybe one. But I forgot that was the game he dropped 65 points on him.
Yeah, so you probably really do, especially if he's out.
No.
If he's out, you probably do need. You do need GFL though. The way you just said what Jones did to them last time. You probably need GFL in your main lineup. I don't know, but so he's being cored all over the place. He's borderline core for me. But good call on that. Good call on the Jones in the last game. So if Jones can do it, we know GFL can do it. So GFL is a great play tonight. McCauley's a cash play. Cash play. You're not. I don't think it's a cash play. He's only played like 17, 18, 19 minutes, but I am seeing him in cash lineups. And you want people in this game. But I also think that Muhammad can slide to a cash lineup here also. He's volatile though. We've seen anytime we get excited about Muhammad, he comes by and he shoots 1 for 11 for us, Bo. But he's definitely a stud, big guard, power guard. So good game, good DFS game here. You want pieces of your main lineup in this game. All right. Next game we got here is another 8:00 game, right? Yeah, 9:00. Gonzaga at San Francisco. This is an exciting game here. Finally, Gonzaga may have a little bit of some competition. They're only 10-point favorites on the road. San Francisco, decent team, number 25 defense in the country. But Gonzaga, number 2 defense in the country. Gonzaga, number 2 offense in the country. San Francisco, number 52 offense in the country. So a good game here. This is the highest. This is the highest over under the night. There's going to be points scored in this game. We want pieces of this game. So I'm going to give you San Francisco because I'm all over Drew Timme tonight. It feels like I've been waiting all season to use Drew Timme. This may be the game. I think Chet may be more popular, but Timme is only $8,200, $1,000 cheaper than Chet. He had 23 points. Big usage guy. Big passer. He's actually 10th in the WCC. Rebounder. If you're going to use Drew Timme, this is the game you use him $8,200. So Timme is one of my favorite plays tonight. He's probably going to be in my cash lineup. If not, he's in my second lineup. Chet Holmgren, of course, you can use him in cash, but he's $9,200. But he's going to see minutes tonight, which is good. I love Andrew Nembhard. Nembhard's been playing really well. He's playing almost 40 minutes a game. He's a good second, third lineup guy. I think Julian Strawther's in play at $5,900, as long as he's out of foul trouble. And probably who else? Razir Bolt maybe in play. But I love Drew Timme, cash. Holmgren, cash. GVP. Nembhard could be cash. Julian Strawther could possibly be cash. But to me, it's all about Drew Timme for Gonzaga. He's probably in my main lineup. And there is some interesting parts for San Francisco. So if you have any comments about Gonzaga, give them to me. But if not, give me San Francisco because I think there's at least 1 or 2 plays you can use in your cash.
Oh yeah, definitely. When I opened up the study in here this morning, I saw I may be wrong. I'm not the greatest at spreads and such, but I think it started at Gonzaga. Was only favored by 7. I'm seeing around 10 now, so that moved. They beat them by 16 last time. I was surprised to see 7. We actually got a game with Gonzaga on the slate where it's not a 15 to 20 point spread. So
exactly.
I was pretty intrigued by that and thought we'd dive in here. So, trying to find out when they played last time and, what's going on with San Francisco. The main guy on there is going to be Maselski, sorry. He just has great usage. Let's see here. It's a 27% usage, 25% defensive rebounding rate, 15% offensive rebounding rate. They're at home. I think let me open it up real quick here. I think he had a 4.6 foul rate, which
like 4 or 5 or 6.
You don't like that a ton. And you were talking about earlier, Gonzaga will draw some fouls on you. So it's a concern, but 6,500 is a very fair price. I also think Booyah is I hope I said that right, is in play. He's been playing really well. I think he's somewhat matchup proof. It's just he's decent leverage. He's just not really getting in on any of my cash games with above the other guys. And the only other guy I got kind of mixed in is Shabazz. I think they run a pretty tight rotation, which is nice. But Shabazz is who I kind of got mixed in a little bit. And I guess you could, you don't want to just keep naming names. Gabe Stefani. I looked at him and I didn't bring him up in my notes because he only got 2 points last time against him. He got 4 fouls right away. So I didn't like that. I'm afraid he must come out and get some fouls, but definitely a game stack piece. And
yeah,
I think because of Masalski's price, I think he'll be chalk.
Yeah, and it annoys me because I don't want to play Masalski, but because of the price, you're almost forced to play him because he's going to be very popular. He's going to be high owned, but when I see that foul rate, and then we see guys when you have guys like Chet, Time, even Watson, the backup, all those guys will draw fouls. So I could see Mazowski with 2 fouls, 6 minutes of the game. He's on the bench. So especially for GPPs, I'm fade Mazowski and hopefully he gets 2 fouls in the first 5 or 6 minutes. He can jump over 60% of the field. He's going to be popular. I think in cash, you probably have to use him because of his rates. He probably should be like a $7,500 player, but once again, it's Gonzaga. Gonzaga's a good team. I mean, 2 good teams here. So I'm just not all in love with Mazowski like a lot of people are, but I still think you probably have to use him in cash because of the popularity. And he's still, it's a good point per dollar. Bouye, great spot, $8,400. Gets the Zags, but man, he's in a good spot. And like I said, Gwen Stefani there, he's playing 30 minutes though. So anytime you get a guy $4,700 playing 30 minutes, I know, like you said, he had a shitty game, the last game against them. But look at his logs. I mean, last 3 or 4, at least he's putting up over 20 DK. He's been getting like 5x. So when I see a guy at 5x, 25% usage last 5 games, 17-point average last 5 games, I don't mind it. So I think he's in play for GB. I think he's in play, $4,700. But you made a really good point last game. He only put up 2 DK points. That was he was over 5 from the field, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. So remember, Gonzaga is a good defense, so they could shut these guys right down. But great game stack. You want you probably have a piece or 2 in your main lineup here, but great game to look at. All right, we got next. Ohio State at Illinois, 9 p.m. Big Ten. Illinois 7-point favorite at home. 140.5 over under. Illinois is number 29 offense. Ohio State 17 offense. So two damn good offenses. Illinois is a much better defense than Ohio State. Ohio State tried to slow the ball down. Illinois is not a really fast team either. But this is an interesting DFS game also, I think. So first, here's some news. It looks like EJ Liddell has been sick. He's questionable tonight. So keep that in mind. You don't have to get into that. Then you bump up Kofi because EJ will be guarding Kofi anyways. But it does put in some possible value plays here because if EJ is out, Eugene Brown at 3.9 comes into play for Ohio State if EJ's out, and we won't get that news highway till like 8:00. But so I guess I'll take Ohio State then. EJ, if he plays, great play. You got to make some stands here though. You can't play Chet. You can't play EJ. You can't play all these guys. So to me, EJ's a second, third line type guy. He's not my cash. Malachi Branham's been playing great. playing huge minutes. He's priced up though now. Also, Trent Frazier should be on him, so we got to watch that. So I don't know. I don't know how much interest in Ohio State here besides EJ. So this will be quick. EJ Liddell, second, third lineup. Malachi Branham, possibly GBP, and that's it for me for Ohio State. So give me Illinois. I'm interested in Andre Curbelo here too.
Yeah. You know, after I went through the slate, and I'll be honest, and maybe it'll bite me in the ass. Second slate in a row, I pretty much have Liddell X'd out. I was hoping he played. I mean, either way, he'll have some ownership. He's going to have less now that he's sick or whatever. So, I just couldn't get him in today over everybody. And either way, I love Kofi at home here. His rates have been awesome. He's been playing really well. He's a little priced a little high. I don't know if I'm going to get that high either. But he's definitely in play. I probably have him in a second or third line if I'm doing 2 or 3, just single entries and such. Yeah, we talked about Curbelo. It's interesting because Illinois has Melendez. He's out, and I don't know. That could be an extra 2 or 3 minutes, and Curbelo's been playing for the last 3 or 4 games, so he may get 20 to 25. I think
he's 20.
If he comes out and has a good game today, he's not going to be 4,600 again. I don't know if he's quite going to make cash, but I think he's definitely a second team type of guy, borderline cash. But I think Kofi's firmly in play too. It's just there's so many forwards to play. But personally, if Liddell is healthy and I had to choose between the two, I'd pick Kofi. So,
and looking back, Curbelo has had some last year, had some really good games against Ohio State. So I know it's last season, but just keep that in the back of your mind. I could see 20, 25 minutes tonight. I mean, how much out of shape is this guy has he been? So I mean, they're talking about get him back in shape for March. Another gut feeling here. I can see Curbelo having a huge game here. So I was even messing around with some lineups. I'll have some lineups definitely. But definitely with that pick and roll, I can see him I can see Curbelo lighting up tonight in 30 minutes, 28, 30 minutes. And then some people are going to be on him. I'll have him like in my maybe third lineup. I'm going to play him tonight though, but I just think it's still a bit volatile for cash. I guess that's really it. Like I said, I'm a Trent Frazier guy, but I'm just not really on him tonight. All right, so this game, EJ's possibly maybe out. Kofi, stud, like you said. You want to put him in the main lineup? You can put him on. But he's gonna. One of these guys is gonna rock tonight. You just can't play everybody, right? So, all right. So the next game we got is I just lost my headphone. All right, so we got Belmont, Murray State. Another game I'm kind of looking forward to here. They're at Murray State. Murray State 3-point favorite. 145.5 over under. So we got some DFS goodness here. Belmont, the number 20 offense in the nation. Murray State, the number 13 offense. Murray State also number 15 defense. So we got some great plays here. One of my favorite players in college basketball, KJ Williams, playing tonight. I love KJ Williams. $800. To me, he's probably one of the most underlooked or overlooked players in the nation. But just look at this kid's rates, man. He's unbelievable. He's having a monster season. I think he's going to be a pro. Let me see, 27% usage, 32% shot rate. He's got a 36% defensive, combined rebounding, 3.0 block, 3.5 steal. He's a complete stud. He's if you're making 1 or 2 lineups, it's gonna be one of your first 2 lineups. I used to think it was Tevin Brown's team, but it's KJ Williams' team. So Tevin Brown is 7,300. Those always in play. Play him over GBP play, but he plays every minute you can. I think he's a little bit more scoring reliant. His purples aren't there much anymore. I love Justice Hill at $6,800. But Justice Hill's a great play. He's like, Justice Hill runs the team, and that's it. But to me, KJ Williams, I love KJ Williams, but because I like Jabari Walker so much tonight and TJD, I'm just not sure if I can get KJ Williams in my main lineup, but I'm trying to. So KJ Williams is definitely a cash major main lineup type play. Just not sure if I can get there with him, but definitely. So that's what I got from Murray State: KJ Williams, Kevin Brown, and Justice Hill.
Well, you're also pretty high on Timmy too, which they're about the same price. So definitely.
Yeah, that was the other one. I couldn't remember the other one exactly.
Yeah, definitely got to make decisions there.
To me, this is a two lineup type of night for me. It really is.
So, the only guy I wrote down for Belmont is Will Richard. His rates are decent. He's getting a decent amount of minutes, and I don't really want to go below that. He's got good rates. So it's the only guy I got written down for them.
All right, so putting me reverse because Walter, I see you're on here and you just DM me also. So Walter, who's also a big college basketball guy for FTN, and he just threw it on the YouTube chat. So he's agreeing with us on Curbelo. So though at 4-6, a cash game play. If Curbelo, and I said this to you before, if Curbelo gets 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I think just going to play as a Bartholomew or Clifford from Colorado. Is Curbelo a main lineup type play today in cash? That's a tough one. So if you guys want to put your thoughts in cash and chat there, go ahead. But I think we're going to be talking about that before that game starts. I have a really weird feeling that Curbelo's going to go off the league, and just even some of the comments I'm seeing. So I didn't mean to go backwards, but I just saw that in chat. All right, so this game, once again, just to recap: TJ Williams, complete stud. Guy you look at in cash in this game, right? You said.
Yep.
All right, next game: Arizona State, Colorado. This is got some DFS goodness also. They're in Colorado, right? In Colorado, 5.5 point favorite. Colorado, 135 over, not the greatest, but I'll give you Colorado. Because both of our favorite player of the slate is on this game tonight. Give me away. Give me Colorado.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's one of the favorite players on this slate.
He's mine.
He's kind of like a Brockington yesterday because he's in a smash spot. This is actually a better spot than Brockington was in, I think. And I think their total started at 66. It's now up to 70, if I recall. I think Colorado's in general is in a good spot. But yeah, he's pretty much my highlighted player of the night, man. He's like the Brockington. I think it's a 30% rebounding rate. Let me open it up here. His usage is off the boards. We talked about him last time. He went off. He's got 28% usage, 9% offense rebounding rate. And shoot, I think he dropped 40-45 against him last time. But one of my main things, just like Brockington yesterday, was why did I don't see it justified that his price went from 85 to 76, over one game. Yeah, he had a bad game, but before that, it was 40 plus 3 games straight. So now he's, he dropped $1,000 in a pretty smash spot. So I'll take Walker as my sneak play, and I think we can. I don't know if he's getting talked up, but I think we can get him. I don't know if we can get him as low as Brockington, but I definitely think he's enough leverage play for tonight. He's not going to pop in optos, I don't think, and so forth. So outside of him, there's a couple other guys I like. De Silva, he's kind of my gut call. I've kind of got off him because I don't, there's guys like Curbelo, there's guys like Clifford, there's guys like, Clifford's actually probably the next best play because of his defensive rebounding. And he got 20-25 against him last time. But I just have a gut feeling on De Silva a little bit. He's starting to get fully healthy. Well, he's been pretty healthy the last couple games, but he's had some good games against bad guys. Oregon State, he had 31 and then 31 against them again. So, against Utah, 28. So, The reason I liked him is because he was 5'4" last slate. He went down to 4.52. Also. So, but and then I actually really like Bartholomew too because of his price. Bartholomew. So I actually got those 4 guys mixed in throughout my slate. I'm probably using 2 per GPP or lineup because I'm not really doing any run back with ASU. So that's where I'm at with Colorado. But yeah, let's hope we get Walker at low ownership.
Yeah, I like Colorado tonight. So ASU, I'm not even talking about. I think Jalen Graham. I love Jalen Graham, but GPP only. So, and no, just Jalen Graham. But like I said, Jabari Walker's in my main lineup. He's a core player to me. I love to play. If you look at Rays, Arizona's no pushover though. I mean, decent deep. I mean, defending the interior, decent. I mean, they're ranked 31st right now, 2-point percentage. But on the other end, rebounding though, they have terrible. They have a 31.8 rebounding percentage. So tough to score on, but you can rebound off. I guess that's how you look at it. But so I like Walker. Reiterate, you said you got to play one of Clifford or Bartholomew. I think possibly I like Clifford because of the rebounding factor. Like I said, I think Arizona State is the worst rebounding team in the conference. Either that or Oregon. Either of them or Oregon State, but they're one of the worst rebound team in the conference. Clifford has actually got a decent rebound percentage. He's not a real big guy, but yeah, he's got 18.8 defensive rebounding rate, so pretty good. If I'm going to go lane, but it's going to be Clifford. I'll probably end up with 2 of those guys. And De Silva, though, we always like De Silva. I think De Silva's good, decent, solid player at that price. He should be able to get you 4 or 5K. And that's it. Evan Batty. I've been simply Evan Batty's in college for 6, 7, 9, 8 years. But always GBP. So Walker, and then either Clifford or De Silva, Bartholomew as a value play. But it's Jabari Walker day here today. 100%. George Wembley says he's playing Bart, and which, you know what? I don't mind that at all. And then Spartan is asking about thoughts on Keyshawn Bartholomew. And the one thing I like, I don't know if I put in the write-up or not, but the thing about Bartholomew is, it's a price. I mean, he's burned me before, though, but you're getting, 25, 28 minutes from the guy. And he's going to give you a few assists. He's going to get you probably 4X, 5X most. He has no ceiling, so his ceiling is like 5X. So you should be able to get like 12, 13, like 18 points. That's it, though. But when he's on the floor, though, he's got 24% usage rate in his last 5. So I still like Clifford over Bartholomew. So close. If you have a feeling for Bartholomew, go for it. But I think you probably end up with one of these guys as your values. This is a bad value night. And that takes us back to Andre Carbello. Because when you got a guy, Andre Carbello, almost the same price that it's Ohio State, who he's burned before, rolling that pick and roll out there. Even Carbello at 20 minutes. Is he better than Keyshawn Bartholomew at 30 minutes? I think so. Even same as Clifford. So that's what keeps pushing back in my mind, Andre Carbello. So just something to think about. I'm not pushing Carbello on people for cash, but if you really think about it, it's common sense wise. When Carbello's playing 5 minutes less than some of these mutts, why wouldn't you go to Carbello? So as long as he gets 20 minutes, I'll do it. I keep reading about how bad this kid be out of shape. I know he missed a bunch of games here, but if this kid's this bad out of shape, then he probably is not as good a player as we thought he was. All right, enough about Andre Carbello. Move on to UCLA, Oregon, 9:30 p.m. game. They are at Oregon. Yeah, they're at Oregon. UCLA 2.5-point favorite on the road. UCLA top 20 defense, top 20 offense. Oregon, not a bad offense. Ranked top 100, 136.5 over under. It's all about Jalen Clark here. We've been debating this all day, me and Chris. We've seen what Jalen Clark has done. Jalen Clark won me a lot of money, man. Last week, a couple of grand last week. So I feel like I need to go back to him, but we need to know about Tiger Campbell. We need to know about Peyton Watson. If Campbell's out and Jalen Clark's starting, to me, Jalen Clark needs to be starting line at $5,700. But can you wait till 9:30 to do that? So maybe you can. We may have some news before that, but I think how can they sit Jalen Clark as well as he's playing, especially if Tiger's out. If Tiger's in, it's going to be a decision to be made. But I think if Jalen Clark starts, I start him. So, like I said, this game UCLA. Johnny Juzang is always GPP play. Man, I'm just not real big in this game. I'm a Will Richardson guy, but I don't know. Give me your thoughts on this game. I'm just all about Jalen Clark here. I don't know. This to me is all GPP guys. Bernard, Juzang, all these guys.
Yeah, I mean, the only guy I wrote down for Oregon is Will Richardson. I'm always on him somewhat. Definitely has a leverage play, a balanced lineup build play. His price dropped a little bit too. It is a tougher matchup. UCLA's been playing really well, pretty good on defense too. But I think Will Richardson's definitely in play. I don't have him as a main build play, but I like him there.
What about Dante? What's your feeling on Dante?
I don't really mess with him too much.
I don't either.
He's
always around. He's always there. Seems.
Yeah, I mean, not in this.
Look his race though. Last couple of games.
If Dante, I like Dante when he's about 5,200 and playing a good matchup. This ain't a good matchup for him, and he's too volatile anyways. So I don't really have him matched up.
Played well in Arizona though the last game. I never played a guy, but against Arizona he played well at Arizona.
I mean, Dante has the talent. There's no doubt. It's just the volatility and his price is up. I don't see him because I mean, if you want to put him in utility, and I'd rather play Clark at 5,700 than Dante. So that's a tough choice with Clark. I don't know what to do here. It's going to be tough, and maybe you leave some room with a couple hundred in utility, and if Tiger's out, you put him in, and if Tiger's in, maybe like I said, this whole slate you're nitpicking everything. So it's a tough choice, but man, that kid is a baller. So that's pretty much where I'm at with this game.
This type of slate, you got to be on the news all night. Looks like so. All right, 2 games to go. USC at Oregon State, 11 o'clock p.m. game. This will get these Pac-12 games. This is bedtime for me, and these guys on the West Coast, like Walter, are just opening their first popper beer. But this DFS this year has really affected my sleep because normally, like the last couple of years, I can usually go to bed comfortably at 10 o'clock, and I watch the first early games. But now you got to be there for 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock news, so you can't go to bed. It's just worse than NBA. So same thing. USC on the road, Oregon State at home. USC 11-point favorite. USC top 50 offense, top 30 defense. Oregon State just blows. Horrible defense, one of the worst defenses in the country. Pretty bad offense. 140 over under. Take it away. Give me whatever team you want. You just give me a team USC. I don't care. Give me somebody here.
I'll take USC for sure. Another guy I'm really high on, and I think I'm going to get somewhat lower ownership, is Mobley. It's just a smash spot for him.
Good price too, right?
Yeah, it's a good price. I'm not finding the extra couple hundred. Now, it's a very tough choice with all these guys like Timmy, KJ Williams, Mobley, yada, yada. So the way my build is, I don't have the extra money at the moment. I'm still kind of building. I haven't nailed everything down, but he's pretty much close to being in the main lineup there. It was against Washington State last game, and he had 30, and they're good on defense. Obviously, but I think he's in a great spot here against Oregon State. Outside of him and your balance builds, Goodwin, man, I really like Goodwin also. Them are the 2 I got written down. Them are 2 I got mixed in my lines.
He wanted some line there tonight too, didn't he?
The thing is with him, he's the last 3 fingers crossed, he's played 30 minutes. Okay, so if he can get 30 minutes against Oregon State here, you see what happened against Washington there. Washington State had a little bit of rough go. Okay, he's still volatile, and the price indicates that, but he's got the talent, and we've been waiting for him to come on. So I'm hoping he gets 30 minutes tonight. I definitely got him mixed in, and I probably, if I'm not playing Mobley, I may get Goodwin in there, but I don't really have anybody else out. Oh, Drew Peterson. No, I'm just kidding. He did get me. I don't mind if he's 7K or something.
He's 8,100. I just noticed that.
He's higher than Mobley. There's just no reason for that.
No.
None at all. So I think, is there injury news for this game? I think.
No, just Oregon State.
No, Boogie Ellis.
Alatishe.
He's just expected to play. Never mind. Okay. That's all I got
for Oregon State. Now, this wasn't it last Thursday night, though, when we had Mobley in our main lineup, and then we got the news he was out, and then so we pulled Mobley. We went to Chavez Goodwin and took the chance on the kid from UCLA, Clark, and we passed 95% of the field. When Chavez
we had a horseshoe up our ass that night.
We did, and it was at 10:59. We did it. But Goodwin took it. It was like the first, second pass of the game. When Goodwin went down the court and just jammed it down their throats. And that's when I knew that. So we're winning money tonight. And we did. So Goodwin was on fire last week. All right. So that's the USA. We're going to the last game of the night. This is the hammer game. Arizona at Utah. This is funny because I really haven't been interested in Arizona much today. And I guess I should be. But playing at Utah, Arizona, 11-point favorite on the road. Number 7 offense, number 7 defense, the 9th-ranked pace team in the country against Utah, who just blah, really. Not a horrible team, but you're just blah. 152 over run. I think it's probably the highest over under the slate, I think, or the second highest. So we do have a little bit of injury news here. Possibly, we're not sure what's going on with Brandon Carlson yet. So I'm not messing with him again tonight. Anyways, I'm not looking at anybody from Utah. So, yeah, I don't know. Even Arizona right now is just tough for me in cash games. You can always play Benny Math, especially on the road. I'll play Benny Math on the road before I do at home. Tube's in good spot, I guess. Coloco, and I don't know. So, what do you think of this game? To me, I hate it's a hammer game. I want somebody. But I don't think I'm going to have anybody from this game. Maybe let's go back to Mobley in the other game and then GDP, of course. But
I mean, if I'm taking anybody, it's going to be Coloco because he's the cheapest of the 3 bigs, of him, Tubelis, and Mathurin. So I think his price is good. It came down to around 7K here. His usage is still okay. It's been hampered by some fouls and minutes and blowouts and such, but. I think he's a decent balanced build play. I'm not going to play him over a guy like Grace Thompson or something, but I think he can get in there. And if you're going to be up tilting Mobley, you might as well just have him in there and tilt the Arizona game also. But outside of that, that's all I'm really looking at. Maybe Krista for his price, but yeah, and we're waiting on the like you said. Did you say the Carlson news? So
yeah, he's only one, right?
It was only a 10-point spread when I opened it up this morning. I don't know what it's at now. So I still think Coloco's a pretty strong play, and his usage is right. So I would consider him. Outside of that, that's all I got for Arizona. Yeah, I think it's up to 11. So.
So what scares me though is. Dissing Arizona here, and then someone's going to win GBP stacking Arizona. I see it now. So, but just remember, good call on Coloco, because Utah does give up their points inside the arc, and so you want to look at the forwards like that. So, and Coloco at $7,100 probably would be the play there. Yeah, I'm liking Coloco more and more. I'm looking at this. So. And the arc, he's underpriced. Tubelis is underpriced. I just can't get these guys on my main lineup. But I really think we probably do have to pay a little bit more attention to him than we are. So Cloco and Tubeless. All right. So that's a slate. It looks like a fun slate. I don't think it's going to get too crazy chalky because we don't know any of the cores. I mean, there's not that much value, crazy value yet. I don't see any news yet. It's 6:30, so nothing's really come out yet. Okay, Indiana, Trey Galloway, Rob Finney, and Lander are all not dressed again. So that's not huge news. If anything, it'll maybe bump up Parker Stewart at 4,400. Yeah, I guess Parker Stewart. He'd be the one I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And then we want some Memphis news with Earl Timberlake and Landers Dolly. Okay, so Chris, give me who's your top play, who's your sneaky play, and then we'll do prize picks.
I mean, my sneaky play is Mobley. I think he'll be lower owned than Walker. My top play, I pretty much got Walker in most of my lines at the moment. And then let me see here. Value is tough. I mean, Timberlake, if he's playing, well, they're saying he's playing now. I think he's saying he will.
So if he doesn't start,
we're waiting for a starting lineup. I don't know exactly what I'm doing if he doesn't start. I still may just roll him out there. I don't know. His rates are pretty good for the minutes he gets. They're average. They're not great. And then we need the DePaul news for Anai. But yeah, so that's what I got.
George Wimberly's asking, we got anyone under 3,700? Man, that's tough. You're down to 3,700. Is anyone maybe Coleman Hawkins for Illinois? But he's so volatile also. I had high hopes for Coleman Hawkins, but he's been playing 14, 15 minutes. And then the Gaffney kid for Arizona State possibly.
No. If we can, we'll get a Nye in there.
And then Timberlake. I mean, Timberlake. If it's, I guess.
Timberlake's way under. But if you already got Timberlake and you're looking under.
Oh, I won't buy a Nye. Yeah, I guess you're a Nye, George Wimberly.
DePaul gets up to bigs. I'm hoping I really only want a Nye if Jones is out because I want a Nye to get 17, 18 minutes. But he's the to me the best option under 3,700.
I just struggle playing something at cash that plays 16, 17 minutes. It's just tough. That's just tough for me mentally. But I want to see my guys on the floor. But once again, it's a Georgetown game, a good environment. My sneaky play is probably Andre Carbello. I guess you could consider that sneaky. I don't think it's going to be owned. And I think that Carbello doesn't blow up this game. It's going to be next game. So I'll be looking at Carbello. My top play is Jabari Walker. I like Walker a lot just because I think it's going to be lower owned. He's not projected really high. Coleman Hawkins is getting some crazy projections right now. He's popping. I don't know why. What do we miss on Illinois? I'm not playing Coleman Hawkins at 3-3, but he's popping a little bit.
They're missing the one guy, so I don't know if they're going to run big. He might get the start. Is he getting the start?
I don't know. What is that? What time is it's a 9 o'clock game, so I don't even know.
Oh no, sorry. I don't know why I asked that. My fault.
Jay Kearney, good point. And I got set up foul trouble. Exactly. I can't mess with these guys as 16-minute guys and then get foul trouble in the first 5 minutes. But Anai's popular tonight. I don't even want to play agenda. But once again, I get myself in trouble this way. Sometimes getting blinders on some of these guys, not liking them. That think that may be my problem with the kid for San Francisco tonight too, where he's very popular. And I just think that I can't remember his name. Mazalakai, whatever his name is, Mazalski.
I will
he's
say
going to be popular in the core.
I'll say this: if you're on a nine and Jones is up starting, and you kind of getting gun shy there, I guess you could go to Hawkins. But I'm not really too big a fan of Hawkins, but it's just an option.
Agree. Yep, I agree. All right, so prize picks really quick. You got any prize picks? I spotted one. Where'd it go?
I put one in there. I got race over 21.5 PRA, and then I put Freeman Liberty over 1.53 points. I think last I looked, Georgia was really bad against. Georgetown was really bad against the 3. and then races is just in a smash spot. So
yeah, we're not giving. I guess we gave Race a lot of credit. So Race, like I said, if you're not playing TJD, I would drop down and put Race on main lineup. So, I like Isaiah Mobley over 30.6 fantasy points. The last game he had 40 against them, especially if Alatisha's out. So I'm liking that Mobley Colliers more and more on DFS also with that price. So I like Mobley in 30.6 over for PrizePicks. That's my call. Who'd you say you like to Race and who?
Freeman Liberty over
JFL
over 1.5.
All right, so there's a couple of PrizePicks for you guys. 6:34. We got 25 minutes to lock. Any questions before we get out of here? Walter just says Williams is playing to come off the bench. Wow, that's a tough one. So Williams is playing. Heiser Miller is finally getting, because he's been playing well. Miller's getting to start. I think that makes Heiser Miller. I think it makes him value play too. I don't. He's not going to get 30 minutes, but
I'm not going to play him over Curbelo.
No. But I may think about it over some of these other guys.
I'm not going to play him over De Silva either. So, we'll see.
You and Walter can go. De Silva's. He's a De Silva guy too, I think. Jay Kearney, Eugene Brown definitely. If Liddell is out, then I think Eugene Brown comes into conversation also. Now that is a 9 o'clock game. That's another one.
Yeah, I did. When you brought him up, I looked at him. He's 3,900. I didn't like that. It's kind of a, I don't know if I'm going to play him. I don't know if I'm going to play him over a Bartholomew or something, but I guess it's an option. Yeah, I'd have to look at projections and such, but yeah.
I was over De Silva that game. I can't tell who it was, and then he ended up going out COVID like 5 minutes before, and it screwed me off, and I missed it. So, so you and Walter can play De Silva together, but I do agree. We're talking about Curbelo. I think Curbelo. I'm liking Curbelo more and more tonight. I think this could be his night. They're gonna get him back in there, big game. So against Ohio State, they want to win. And Jeremiah Williams come off the bench, so he is playing. So we just need some. Wait, let me take one last look. Any other news? No, that I see. That's it. So we got 25 minutes or so, 20 minutes. Thank you, Chris Duffy. Thank you, Mickey, my producer. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Please give us a thumbs up. Good luck, guys. We'll see you, I guess, on Monday. Peace. Deuces out of here.
Take it easy.
Thank you.
You too.